This is Darshana Gauchan with your B2B Cambodia Market update for January 17, 2025. The Cambodia Securities Exchange Index was up 1.12 points or 0.27% to 408.6. Total trade volume was up with 57,973 shares changing hands at a total value of over 312 million real or approximately $77,700. On the main board, 5 stocks were up. Leading the market was Grand Twins International, up 3.17% or 160 real to 5,200 real per share, followed by Phnom Penh Autonomous Port, which was up 1.48% or 200 real to 13,700 real per share. Other stocks up were the Phnom Penh Water Supply Authority, Sihanoukville Autonomous Port, and Akleda Bank. On the downside, Royal Group Phnom Penh SEZ was the biggest loser of the day, dropping 0.47% or 10 real to 2,130 real per share, followed by Pestec Cambodia, which was down 0.43% or 10 real to 2,330 real per share. Meanwhile, MJQ Education and CAM GSM remained flat. Over on the growth board, JS Land stayed flat, while DBD Engineering dropped 0.49% or 10 real to 2,040 real per share. Akleda Bank recorded the highest trade volume of the day with 25,459 shares changing hands at a total value of 184.7 million real, or close to $46,000, making up 44% of total shares traded on Friday. Grand Twins International recorded the second highest trade volume of the day with 11,682 shares changing hands at a total value of 59.9 million real, or nearly $15,000, which is roughly 20% of total shares traded on January 17th. In other market news, the Phnom Penh Autonomous Port reported an unaudited revenue of over $10 million in Q4 of 2024, marking a 25% increase compared to the same period in 2023. Meanwhile, it was also announced that Kyosuke Hattori, director of Akleda Bank, has resigned from his position on the bank's board of directors effective March 19, 2025. A new director for this position will be nominated in accordance with the policy and relevant regulations of the bank. Moving on to the exchange rate, the Khmer Real to USD weakened to 4,027 real per US dollar, while the US dollar index was slightly down to 109.09. Looking at global commodities, oil prices rose on Friday, heading for a fourth consecutive week of gains as the latest U.S. sanctions on Russian energy trade hit supply, pushing up spot trade prices and shipping rates. Brent crude futures were trading 55 cents or 0.7% higher at $81.84 per barrel and have gained 2.6% so far this week. Gold prices hovered near a 5-week high and were set for a third straight week of gains as U.S. inflation data released earlier this week revived expectations that the U.S. Federal Reserve might cut interest rates more than once this year. Spot gold eased 0.1% to $2,709.49 per ounce. Bullion has gained about 1% so far this week, having hit its highest since December 12th on Thursday. Stock futures ticked higher early Friday after the Dow Jones Industrial Average and the S&P 500 ended a 3-day losing streak. As of the time of the Cambodian market's closing, futures tied to the 30-stock Dow added 55 points, or around 0.13%. S&P 500 futures and Nasdaq 100 futures both inched up 0.18% and 0.2% respectively. This was Darshana Gauchan with your B2B Cambodia Market update for January 17th. Have a great weekend.